My girlfriend demanded, "If you can't afford my lifestyle, step aside for someone who can." I said, "You're absolutely right." I stopped paying her credit card bills instantly, and the lifestyle she thought was hers turned out to be mine. Sloan and I had been together 2 years. She was 29, an influencer in the wellness space, which mostly meant she had 9,000 followers on Instagram and a ring light that lived on her dining room table. She liked Pilates. She liked Erewhon. She liked telling her followers that her partner supported her vision. What she did not like was hearing the actual cost of supporting her vision. I am 36. I run a small SaaS company. I am not rich the way Sloan wanted me to be rich, but I am organized. And 3 months into our relationship, when she started crying about her credit card balances and her credit score and her lease coming up for renewal at a building she could not afford, I quietly took over. I did not tell her I was taking over. She did not want to know. She wanted her cards to just work, so I built it for her. I opened a payment account in my name that I funded monthly. I auto-paid her 3 credit cards through scheduled transfers. I covered the rent overage on her lease through a decorating allowance I deposited into her checking. I paid her gym membership directly. I paid her car lease directly. I paid her 2 ClassPass subscriptions, her therapist, her esthetician, and her dog's daycare. I did all of this through auto-pays attached to my accounts and routed through her name so her credit reported on time. Sloan believed she was paying for her own life. She told her followers she was. She told her mother she was. She told me she was every time we fought about money, which was every 6 weeks. The fights always went the same way. I would mention that we needed to talk about the budget. She would say I was being controlling. She would tell me her friends' boyfriends took them to the Maldives. She would tell me I should grow my business faster. She would cry. I would apologize. 6 weeks later, she would do it again. The dinner was at an Italian place she had picked. She told me she had been thinking. She told me she felt our energetic alignment had drifted. She told me she needed a partner who could match her frequency. When I asked her what that meant, she said it in plain language. "If you can't afford my lifestyle, step aside for someone who can." I said, "You're absolutely right." She blinked. She had not expected that. She had expected the apology. I paid the check, drove home, and opened my laptop. I canceled every auto-pay between 9:42 p.m. and 10:11 p.m. I closed the payment account that funded her cards. I called my accountant and forwarded him a list of recurring transactions to flag in case any tried to redebit. I emailed her landlord, copying Sloan, to formally remove myself as the co-signer on her lease, effective the next renewal cycle, which was 41 days out. I forwarded that email to her. She did not see it for 2 days. She had blocked me on iMessage. She was busy posting that she was leveling up with a man named Gideon, a real estate developer she had met at her gym. Gideon had a wraith. Gideon took her to Cabo the following Thursday. While she was in Cabo, her American Express declined at the resort spa. She called the issuer. The issuer told her the balance was $11,400 and 3 statements past due. The minimum payment had not been made in 51 days. The card was frozen. Her second card declined at the resort restaurant the same night. Her third card declined at the airport on the way back. By the time she landed, she had a voicemail from her landlord asking why the rent had been short for 2 months and a text from her gym about a chargeback. The dog daycare called Saturday. The therapist's office called Monday. Her esthetician sent a polite email asking when she planned to settle the outstanding balance. By Wednesday, her car lease company had repossessed the Audi from the lot of the apartment building she could no longer afford. Sloan called me 46 times. I answered once. I told her I had taken her at her word. I told her the lifestyle she was so concerned I could not afford was a lifestyle I had in fact been paying for, in full, for 16 months, and that I had stopped the moment she asked me to step aside. She told me I was a manipulator. I asked her how. She did not answer. Gideon left her 3 weeks later when her name pulled red on a tenant screening for his new building. He had a wraith because he checked. Sloan moved in with her mother. Her Instagram is private now. Her last public post was a quote about red flag.